dangerous. So I was like, where's my pillow? It's got a
That's
crease.
that's a beautiful pillow.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Ah, there you go. Sorry, guys. I'm getting comfortable.
Absolutely. All right. So we are live on Facebook, we're live on Twitch, we are live on YouTube, and we will go live on in Facebook group soon as well because Udit is doing everything. So we will most of the people will see it. Anyway, today, guys, big day because guess what? We are launching WordPigeon, the best tool for publishing your WordPress blog posts and pages as well, actually. And we'll dive into it too. And today we are, of course, joined by Deepak Shukla and Max Carroll, these two gentlemen from UK. How is everything going on your end, guys?
Dude, we're excited. Max was telling me about how he's successfully been battling his coffee addiction, which has increased massively during the production and development phase of WordPigeon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because the first 4 months of setting up this product, I didn't get much sleep. So I thought, what can I do in my life to try and get more sleep? So I thought, let's cut my coffee intake by half, and that's helped a lot.
So you're still drinking around 10 cups a day, right?
No.
Anyway, guys, so I see more of you are joining on Facebook. That's amazing. So what we will be talking today about, well, there are four parts. First, Deepak will show you the classic editor. Max will show you how it works with Gutenberg editor, and then how to set up your site using WordPigeon. And then we'll show you, of course, how exactly you can use it to the maximum. So how to export your articles and put it to WordPress site and so on. And if you have like questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask us because in the second half of this webinar there will be a huge Q&A session. I already got quite a lot of questions. I put them into document. So guys, you know it. I will be putting them there, and there's literally no chance that we will miss your question. So ask any question you want, either about SEO, either about how to write posts, but most importantly about WordPigeon. So guys, thanks a lot again for joining. This will be amazing. This will be so exciting. And this is our second launch this year, or maybe third. I'm not entirely sure. So please stick around till the Q&A, and we'll show you everything, how everything works. So without further ado, Deepak, let's dive right into it. And Max,
Yeah.
sorry.
So no, Jacob, thank you. So everybody who's just joining in, we were cheeky and we decided to change the entire format of the presentation when Max and I were running through. So that's why Jacob was caught a little bit unaware. All of the same, if you don't know who I am, you don't know who Max is. I'm the marketing person. Max is the development person. Together, we are WordPigeon. We are WordPigeon. Yeah, exactly. There you go. First of all, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I really want to ultimately, by the end of this webinar, demonstrate how we will effectively, if you use WordPress and if you publish content, or if you've got a team who publishes content on your behalf, or you're ahead of content, or you run affiliate sites, basically, as long as you're using WordPress in some way, Max and I are pretty confident that we've got a plugin that will save you, at least a few hours a month, as well as a significant amount of saved emotional stress. So without further ado, what I really want to do is initially show you by sharing my screen. I'm gonna share my screen and show you the problem that we are seeking to solve. So this setup for you all is, and I've got the beautiful faces of Jacob and Max just here on the right hand side, as you can see. This is probably a CMS, of course, it's really familiar. So really what I want to do is, what we're attempting to solve for you who are not yet familiar with what WordPigeon does is, if you ever publish content from Google Docs, which is here, of course, Google Docs, we've got some different examples of content up here. From Google Docs into actual WordPress, you might find some of these things start to happen. So what I'm going to do is go to example one. So we've got an example of just a piece of content that we put together. As you can see, the whole aim with this piece of content is to demonstrate different alignments, adjustments, and I'm using the classic editor at the moment. So this is the classic, it's a classic. What it does though with alignments is completely the opposite of classical. We've even got some unicorns for you. So look, I'm gonna get into it. What I want to do is copy, right? Because this is what I do when I write a blog. I copy, this is what I used to do. I copy and then I paste. And as you will see, ta-da, can you notice that there's a severe lack of alignment here? This is definitely not center. This is
I'm
definitely
noticing something.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
A slight difference.
And to make it clearer, what I'll do for you guys is I'm going to put the content side by side. I'm going to minimize these beautiful faces a little bit. I'm going to zoom out and I want to show you really what the big differences are. So you've got your alignment at the top there. You've got your alignment there. It's completely different. We've got our alignments within a table. There is no actual justification center, or this is not right aligned, that is left aligned here. As you can see, they're just all left aligned basically. Then we'll go to the other parts of it. We've got picture alignments.
The pictures didn't come across at all, did they?
No, it doesn't look like they have. You know what? In fact, it's got worse since I last tried it, it looks like, because before at least the pictures came through. So it appears that there's another bug with WordPress that I've just discovered until now. So yeah, as you can see, the pictures, etc., didn't come across. What I'll try and do anyway is I'm gonna quickly open this up into a new tab so you can have a look at how it appears on an example blog. Yes, my blog could be more beautiful. I know it's already pretty beautiful, in fairness, but this is what it ends up looking like. It's definitely really ugly. And if you're a blogger, basically, it makes no sense for you to go from here, of course, into here, because now you have to do all of this nonsense, which is right. I need to center align it, right? I need to right align it, right? Where WTF are my images? Okay, so this is a pretty classic example of the problems that occur when you copy and paste stuff across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to just one more example before I pass the reins to Max, because I want to show you how it works in WordPress's improved editor, which is the Gutenberg editor. I don't actually enjoy the Gutenberg editor as much. I'm very, very used to this CMS. But what I'm going to do is we've got another one here. This is images. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you guys. I'm about to get dangerous. Okay. Warning.
I think the images don't copy into the classic editor at all. I think they do in the Gutenberg, but not how we'd expect. But let's just try it anyway.
Let's see what happens, because no, Max, I completely agree. What I wasn't sure about actually is how the different sized images now work. So we've got some different sized images here. I'm going to just copy the whole thing and I'm going to paste it across. Yeah, that just did not work at all.
Yeah, it works on the Gutenberg, not very well, but they at least come across, but they lose their sizing and things like that.
So as you can see at the moment, guys, we've got basically invisible data, which is a bit troublesome for a blog. And then the final example I've got for you guys who want to see something different, we've seen alignment, we've seen images, we've seen just different bits and pieces that are quite integral. Now we've got charts and test tabular data. Let's do the same thing. Copy. Let's put it into here. Let's see what happens. So wow, we got some of the data through. we did get the table. The formatting is completely messed up, but we did get the table. So guys, look, what I'm trying to demonstrate, to be honest with you, is nothing to do with WordPress. You know, WordPress is, I use WordPress for all of my sites, so clearly I'm a huge fan of WordPress. It's just that the current WordPress CMS is not designed to deal with anyone who's writing content at scale. You're doing literally like one blog a month or two blogs a month, and they're a couple of hundred words each. Stick with WordPress because it probably makes sense. As soon as you become in any way serious about your blogging, you cross the 1,000-word mark, you have more than one person actually using your blog to publish content, then WordPigeon starts to make a serious amount of sense. So that is the examples that I've got of the WordPress classical editor. And now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to pass it to my amigo, Max, who can...
Does somebody actually use Gutenberg?
I don't use Gutenberg, but do you use Gutenberg, Jacob?
No, I don't know actually anyone who uses it.
Okay, can we take a... Whilst Max is setting up, can you... The audience, do any of you use the Gutenberg editor?
Yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, if you use Gutenberg or if you use Classic Editor when you were editing pages or posts on your WordPress site. Let us know. Just let us know, Classic or Gutenberg. Just comment below.
Brilliant. And meanwhile, Max, over to you, my friend.
Can I share my screen? I'll share my screen. Okay. I'll share this screen over here. Okay, so this is the Gutenberg editor, I believe. So what I'll do is I'll show you the same documents that Deepak showed you, just to show you the difference. They are slightly better. There is room for improvement, and perhaps what I can do is I can show you how copying and pasting works versus WordPigeon. Right, okay, so let me get my awesome articles up here.
We have first reply, Classic Editor and unspecified number of exclamation marks. You're muted, Max.
I'm muted, am I? Okay.
Deepak.
Oh, Deepak. Oh, yeah, because I think the problem is the link that you gave us. I think I shared it with Deepak.
Oh, no, it's all good, Max. I was just going to say that some people, you might see this and think, actually, I am using the Gutenberg editor once you see it. So look at Max's CMS now, and you might decide that, oh, actually, we are using it. But hey, that was the only thing. And
we have unexpected answer here by Kim. He's using Thrive Architect, so neither.
Thrive Architects. Good man. We have similar challenges with Thrive Architects as well. So anyway, Max, over to yourself, my friend.
Okay, so here's the first one, the alignment. So let's just see how Gutenberg performs with that. So let me paste that in. So the images have come over. But yeah, let's do a side-by-side comparison. So this one. Right, so yeah, the left aligned, center aligned, the right aligned, that hasn't worked. This one hasn't worked. How about those alignments within the table? No, that still hasn't worked either. The pictures
we only see once. We don't see the Word document, the Google Doc anymore, Max. We just see the WordPress.
All right, okay. Yeah, it's just it looks a little bit squished. Yeah. So the images have come over this time, but we seem to have lost a little bit of the formatting, so to speak, in the way that the text wraps around the pictures, and that this one's in the middle. That seems to have been lost a bit.
Oh, okay. So I thought the actual Gutenberg editor was even better than that. So effectively, it's not actually working either, is it really?
Yeah. Okay. How do I trash this and start again? Let's create a new one. New post. Okay, so let's have a look at another one.
So guys, the reason we wanted to show you this is, as Max is demonstrating, images don't align. The text has not aligned. There was a box that came in that didn't really work. We've got, of course, a series of images now. And if you, for example, I mean, why I quite enjoy the PitchGround audience is because everyone here is, you know, a well above average marketer. It's not someone who just uses Buffer to schedule social media tweets and then calls himself a marketer. You guys are very familiar with this, so I imagine that a lot of this, you know, is stuff that you're used to seeing. And I'm actually quite excited now to again see what Gutenberg, see if it's changed again, the actual image handover that Max is about to do. Brilliant! Yeah, the testing styles.
Okay, I'll do this one.
So guys, I didn't do this one, but it's terrible.
Right, so if I copy this and then let's paste it in here, the images actually do come across in Gutenberg, but notice how on the screen on the right, they're all different sizes, they're all various sizes. However, when they're copied and pasted across, we've just only have one size, so seems a bit screwed up there. And I'll export these using WordPigeon in a minute. But here's another document with various different text decorations, such as underlined, italic, bold, and italic. And we have different colors here. And we have this table of different colors. If I paste this in,
guys, you'll see it's pretty monochrome. The colors just disappeared.
yeah, so some of the things which should be underlined aren't underlined. The bold seems to have worked a little bit.
Our tool is colorblind friendly, effectively. If you have that challenge, and you probably don't need to worry about WordPigeon.
Okay, so where it says the word red here, that should be red, and where it says blue, that should be blue. That doesn't seem to have come across. And this table here of various different colors didn't go very well. Yeah.
Do we have the? I mean, this and guys, let's keep in mind that what Max is showing you is the improved version of the editor, apparently, which is the Gutenberg editor. So was there? Do we have another one, Max? With or that's all of them, isn't it? Because you've done alignments as well.
I think we do have other documents we can try out, but I don't think any of them. Maybe I can do the unicorn one.
Yeah, let's just show them unicorns, because unicorns is cool.
Yeah, this was me when I needed to make a post but didn't know what to post about. Can tell I like unicorns. Right, so yeah, that I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, the pictures come across, but it just loses the alignment.
Can you do the side by side of that one? Because that one probably looks the closest, actually, I think, overall.
Yeah, so that one hasn't done too badly, but I think it's just the alignments. Everything was centered in my article that I wrote, and that doesn't seem to have propagated across there.
Yeah. Write this article, Deepak.
Sorry, say again.
I wrote this.
You wrote this. Okay.
Jacob was like, Deepak, I'm even more impressed that you wrote about unicorns. I am somewhat jealous, I must confess. It's this is one of the coining articles of WordPigeon. When we set out on our testing journey, we worked with the unicorns are awesome, but then we were forced to evolve when we realized that it did not have any tables or any colors. Well, it did have some colors, but they were just the images.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So guys, I think that hopefully this demonstrates the problem that we've been ultimately trying to solve. And this is a problem that, again, for those of you that weren't on the last webinars, this is a problem that I had running an SEO agency at Pearl Lemon. One of the things that we have to do is Melanie, our head of content, she is often producing content across our different client sites. And this was something that was actually costing me money because she would bill me more for it. And it was costing her time, because every time she'd write a 7,000 word blog post, 2,000 word, 1,000, anything above 1,000, to be honest with you, anything that uses any level of formatting, it becomes like super problematic. So that was what we really used. That was really the problem that we set out to solve. So what I want to do now is I want to walk you through, as Jacob said, the actual site setup. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. By the way, we are already receiving some messages.
Oh, do we have any questions? Because we can take some now.
No, I just want to say that we are receiving some messages about, hey,
okay.
I just purchased. So guys, you're amazing. You're already buying WordPigeon, so do it and
Brilliant.
Check it out if you like it, so you can ask right away questions while we are here.
Yeah, so guys, this webinar is really all about yourselves, and what I want to do right now is you can probably tell where this is going. That problem, if you've got it, is a problem that Max has fundamentally solved, really, and I've been along for the unicorn ride. It's been bloody awesome. So what I want to share with you is basically what Max has developed. So here we go again. Let's get into it. I am going to. So guys, what I want to take you through is really from the ground up. Let's just let's do it properly. Let's. I don't really want to get rid of you beautiful people. There you go. Perfect. Let me open up a whole new window. So let's imagine that you're searching for WordPigeon. This is really from the top how simple our tool is. So WordPigeon, here we go. Search it with one word. We'll work on getting the two soon. But you go to the site as if, of course, you're a new user. Try it for free. Jump in. Takes you to web.wordpigeon.com. as you can probably see, I'm going to, give me a second. You would go to sign up for an account. Now, I actually already have an account, so let's sign in. So it's a pretty straightforward process. As long as you've got a Gmail account, you'll get this. So as you can see, I've now signed in. So I'm logged into our, and let me just pull you guys out now. I'm logged into our backend, if you will. So you've got your account there. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory that the first thing that it asks you to do is add a WordPress site. So I hit the plus button. Of course, it tells me that we need to enter a URL. So what I'm going to do is go to the beautiful deepatshukla.com. I'm going to add that, and it's going to ask me again to go through the actual Google Drive section. So the reason it does this is because fundamentally Google Drive, in terms of their acceptances, have asked you to hit accept 3 times because it incrementally gives us more access. So you don't really need to worry about it. It just really means grant WordPigeon permission. We hit allow, so we can view and manage your Google Drive files and folders. We jump in. Site created successfully. You can, so as I was saying to Max before, I'm the most horrible follower of instructions. I actually don't read most instructions. If you're anything like me, you'll really, really enjoy WordPigeon because, and let me see if I can bring your beautiful faces in here again. Oh, there it is. There you are. Perfect. The reason that you'll enjoy WordPigeon is because all I would do in this instance, I'd say, ignore. What does this do? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so I get it. I need to go to my site because it's a plugin, I guess, or maybe I've forgotten. You go back. Okay, so the public key. Oh, plugin. Okay, plugin. So we go into our. Oh wow, I've zoomed in on my. God, I'm beautiful. Anyway, so we we go. So I'm going to assume that you know how to log into your WordPress site, but you got your WordPress backend. You jump in. We'll go to the dashboard. I, of course, have already had WordPigeon on this site, but we'll go to plugins. You know where I'm going with this, everybody. Add new, find the plugin. As you'll see, WordPigeon is here. I'll just deactivate it for the sake of you know what? It's fine. I'm going to trust the audience that you know how to install a WordPress plugin. I'm going to take a little bit of a leap of faith. So we'll go ahead and activate it again. So what we want to do now is find the plugin, which sits in, I know I have too many plugins. Where is it? Settings. Yeah. Go to settings, jump into WordPigeon options. So what we've got here is a public key. So I figure, and let's have a look, copy to clipboard. The public key you've entered does not match the one we have for the site. Please use the key below. That's cool. We'll use that. We'll save the public key. You sure you want to save? Yes, I'm sure. Public key updated. Go here, we hit next. Okay, perfect. So you can now either, let's see, add some existing Google folders or let us create a new Google folder for you. As you saw, my friends, we had some awesome articles with some unicorns. So we already prepared something earlier. But yeah, as you can see, it pre-populates a potential folder that you could create. You probably already have folders that you want to use. So we'll go ahead and add a folder, see if we can find a folder in here. Oh, awesome articles. There you go. Hit select. Great. So the folder's in. Now we hit finish. Finish and boom. So the site is in here now. We've got it. It's all connected. We can pop open this pot here, go to Google Docs, and lo and behold, this stuff should look quite familiar to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remind you, actually, what I'm going to do before I export these is I want to remind you of what used to happen. So if we go to here and we go back to posts, let's just go to add a new post. So just as a reminder to everybody, because, and I want, Max is going to show you what it ends up looking like. But this was what, example 1. This was the text alignment stuff. So we'll copy that We'll jump that across. And as you can see, this is all central, left, right aligned, etc. But if we now expand this, it's basically totally missing. And I think there was even some images, if I recall, in this one. Was there? Yeah, there was. Okay, so there's a running theme here: unicorns. There's an Avenger movie in there somewhere. I swear to God. Anyway, so as you can see, this is currently what happens. And if we then go to preview it, so we can have a look at it, how it would look live. There's obviously no image there. We'd add that, but there's no alignment. There's no images. So that's what we currently get. That's what currently happens. Now what I want to do is I want to pass the reins to my colleague Maximus to show you what actually happens with the wonderful WordPigeon. So I'm going to now again stop sharing my screen and pass the baton to Mr. Carroll.
Mr. Carroll.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I am with you. I'm with you. Just give me a second.
You've always been with me, Max, so it's fine.
Bromance.
Bromance. Woo.
Right, so can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my local version. So let's just have a look at this charts and data one. So that's the charts and data one. So I export this, and basically I can choose whether I export it as a post or a page. Let's just go for post.
And just to pause here before you publish it, this was the thing that you made reference to, Jacob, that guys, you've got a couple of really cool options here. You can post as a page, although I find it interesting if you use this to post an actual page because of the way that you might build a page, but you can post as pages, and you'll see that there's a couple of other options that you can do, which for you guys, Max will talk you through as to some of the other kind of features that we've got there.
Okay, yeah, so you can export as a post or a page, and you can export as draft or a published. I'll go for published in this one. You can enter some tags. So this might be very charty, and it might be very informative. And tag 3. Let's just put tag 3.
So for you guys that are SEO people, as well as have multiple authors on actual WordPress, this is where it becomes quite interesting. I know that for some of the content we have on Pearl Lemon, we cluster content by tags. We also cluster content. We have categories, and of course we've got like a couple of authors on the actual WordPress site. So this is beginning in terms of our roadmap, where we're going to start building in some ability to actually help with the SEO on the actual WordPigeon side. Effectively, what we're doing now is solving the fundamental formatting problem. But as you can see, in terms of the roadmap, there are some actual elements of the export functionality based on tags, authors, and categories. There's a question here: can the export interface support custom taxonomy?
So does that basically mean with your categories, you can have either your categories as a flat level, or you can have hierarchy of categories? Like you might have cooking, within cooking you might have vegan, you might have meats, you might have cakes, blah blah blah. Is that what you mean?
Let's hope that. Well, let's answer that question, assuming that's what he means. I'm just waiting for the question there, but I believe I actually don't know as to whether we can do that right now. Max, do you know?
To be honest with you, I can't remember off the top of my head. I implemented the category thing a couple of months ago, but if it doesn't work, I can make it work, and it'll probably take me around less than a day. So if it doesn't support that, I will log that as something we need to look at, and I will make it happen.
Perfect. Sorry, Max, keep going. Keep. Oh, here we go. You can create custom taxonomies such as books, etc., that work like tags.
All right. So it's not categories.
You know what? Let's my friend
on the presentation, and then
yeah. let's come back to, we'll come back to that in the Q&A.
Q&A section right now. Okay.
Yeah, brilliant. Max, keep going, amigo.
Okay, so what you'll also notice here is we have a thumbnail. So I think our competitor, our biggest competitor is probably Wordable, isn't it? And with that, you don't see a thumbnail. And I thought that'd be quite handy because you might export, but you might have forgotten what it looks like. So you got a thumbnail there. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. That's the right document. So it's just like a little bit of extra confirmation. I've selected some tags. So I can also select author. Basically, this gets the authors from your WordPress site. So if I go to my WordPress site here and I go to the users, basically the users you're seeing there are the ones that are present in WordPress. So they're available here. So this is me. So I will select that. And then also any categories. So this blog is fantastic. It's icing and it's animals. Sorry, these are just random category ideas I came up with. They're not realistic.
Now for the grand finale, mate. You've got to press the button and be like, look, guys, there's people hovering over the buy or refund button, depending upon where they're at. They're like, this stuff is gonna fucking work.
Okay, so once your export has been exported, you get this link which you can click directly to take you to it. Just a note, if you selected draft, you have to be logged into the site for it to work, because it's not yet publicly visible to the internet. But because I published this one should be. Hang on, something's gone wrong there.
It might be because we've got it set up locally.
Yeah, you know what? I think it might be this emoji. I might have to look into because I just used an emoji today. I haven't tried it with emojis yet, so I might have to.
Let's try one of the others, or quickly rename it, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, we're killing the emojis.
So guys, keep hovering, but the grand finale is coming.
There we go. Let's see how it works without the emoji now. Skip all of this stuff.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just want to demonstrate that the tags work.
So right now it is exported, right?
Yeah. So I'll put that at the top of our bug list, which is to support emojis in the title.
It's okay, people. Guys, this is it though. Can you show them the Word document, Mac? The Google Doc, Mac, so they can basically have a look at the compare the before and the after.
Okay, so let's pop that there. Charts of data. So let's have a look.
So the charts and data, as you can see, is taken from the actual title of the actual Google Doc.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, no, that's fine. That's fine. And then you've got, just scroll and compare, guys. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, this underscore is because of the theme. That's dependent on your theme. So it's just so happens that blocks in this theme are separated by so if your theme didn't, that would be dependent on your theme, basically.
And that's a good thing, guys. You know, we've done, of course, a decent we've done a decent amount of testing, but there's hundreds, tens of thousands of WordPress themes. And as you come back with glitches that relate to a specific theme you've got, then we'll be able to kind of clear those out. But as you can see, the actual import has been one click. Yes. And it's basically the same thing. Let's just do one more, Max. Let's do one of the others so they can see a different example of it.
Okie dokie. Right. Okay.
So that was charts and
keep the questions coming. You were starting to ask questions. That's amazing. I put together all the questions you asked in the past, so we'll be answering them today as well. But keep new, fresh questions coming.
So yeah, guys, sorry, we've got a minor bug with the emoji, but that's fine. We'll fix that. That was like
emojis in their titles. No.
Yeah, exactly. So we're safe. We're safe.
It's people like me who find this stuff out who just like to put emojis everywhere. Right.
Let's do it, brother. Let's see. Let's go round two and show them a different example of it.
Okay, so I could do alignments, or I'll do the styles. I think testing styles. Yeah, testing styles is a good one.
Yeah, let's do both of them really quickly and just show them that, you know, fundamentally it resolves that formatting issue that you have, which slows down every content producer out there, because there's no workaround. You know, it's worse from Word doc to WordPress, and Google Docs is the next best thing, and everyone who publishes content, who imports a long form blog, probably has this problem. So as you can see, Max is setting up again, and we've got a different blog this time with underlines, italics, etc. And you saw that before that it didn't bring in the coloring, it didn't bring in the emboldening. Yeah, let's perfect. Have a look to compare.
Oh, hang on, wrong document. Testing styles. Yeah, so I've got another WordPress site with a different theme, so I could perhaps demonstrate it on that one.
This is perfect though. Let's have a look at seeing how.
So the underlined is retained. The bold italic is retained. That's retained. If you remember before, when we copied and pasted, the colors were just completely lost, and the table, we didn't get any of the colors. And as we can see, it's
well, it's in this instance that's. Oh, it is there actually.
Oh, yeah, that is right. It's just because there's a page break there.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's actually how we would expect. Yeah. So it's remembered the size of each one of these images and it's put them accordingly.
Wow, that's amazing.
Guys, look, our tool. If you just come out of this, Max, maybe and they can.
Can I just show you?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What I'd like to show. God damn it.
Because you're local, aren't you? Shall I log on to my side, mate? So I'm in the cloud.
Okay.
Just go on. Okay, brilliant. Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen now, and if you stop sharing yours, brother.
I'll show it later.
Yeah, no problem. What did you wanted to? I can bring my screen up, Max. What did you want to show everybody?
Just if you tried exporting one of those documents into a page with a different theme, just to kind of show you that it does retain the respect the style of the theme.
Okay, yeah, sure. So let me just do one of mine, because you've now changed the actual emojis. So as you can see, guys, so Max is working on a local site. I'm working on the live version. You've already seen these ones now. I'm just going to go ahead and bloody export straight away. I'm going to just publish it straight away. And as you saw, the categories and the authors, that will be, we've got one small bug, but that'll be going live within the next. How long will that take to go live, Max? The next couple of days, I think, or less?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So we'll just do some random tags. Oh, sorry. Random tag. We'll export that. And yeah. So again, as I said, there's 3 times that these guys ask you for it. It's not every time. It's just the first time you use a tool, you allow it, and then this won't happen again. So now it's to see and download all your Google Drive files. So we're now going to export. This is on the live version, deepatshukla.com/one alignments. We'll go and open it up. You're probably, if you've been here, pretty familiar with the alignments. So as you can see on the live site, it's done the same thing, that you've got all of the actual alignments. I've just got an ugly, I've not assigned it to a user. So that's something that will be fixed in the next couple of days. But yeah, as you can see, the formatting is there all in place. That's that one there. And it works equally as well on the live site. So that's that part there. And Max, was there something else that you wanted to show them here?
You're muted, Max, by the way, if you're talking.
Max, I can't hear you, but amigo.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Max, was there something that you wanted me to show everybody?
Yeah,
Max?
Can you just export that testing styles document?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Just wanted to show that, that little underscore thing, that was just the default.
Of course, yeah. So guys, I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's just something that was dependent on the theme.
Yeah,
rather
exactly.
than it's decided it's going to randomly add this for some reason. No,
yeah,
because of the theme.
So it does depend upon the theme. That's part of my theme. So that's that challenge. Well, that's not the challenge. That's just the nature of the theme. And as you uncover, perhaps different things that we might have missed with themes, we'll just go ahead and keep diligently fixing any of these issues. So what I wanted to Google Calendar, what I wanted to demonstrate fundamentally, everybody, look, our tool's pretty straightforward. It solves a simple problem. Max and I, aren't trying to change the world. We just want to, well, we do want to change the world, but for WordPress bloggers, I mean, fundamentally, if you're writing content and you have that challenge that WordPress is not a great environment to write content in. Most people write in Google Docs or write in Word, probably more so Google Docs, but a combination of both. When you copy and paste stuff across, especially once you get beyond the 500 word mark, for me, that's my cutoff point where I was like, I can't be bothered to format. Formatting is one of the most boring and frustrating things in the world, especially when we're not just talking about alignment, we're talking about colors, we're talking about italics, we're talking about images. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve, my friend. So yeah, I wanted to, well, Max and I want to say thank you for watching. And Jacob, I'm sure you've got a document you're about to share with like 1600 questions.
So guys, thanks for the presentation. I'm not
Can I just
collaboration feature.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We've completely missed collaboration.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
That's one of my favorite features.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool if you show it.
Yeah, absolutely. Max, you want to go for it or shall I?
I can, but feel free to jump in or take
Yeah.
over if I'm not doing a very good job, because I'm
Max,
aware
you're
you're
great.
a much better presenter than I am. But
Max, I think you're great.
I
Guys,
can attempt it.
We're having a live bromance here, okay? So don't get involved, okay?
It's not you, it's me.
Max,
Right,
go
anyway.
ahead, share your screen, and I'll come in if I think that. Yeah, I'll come in.
I see more questions are coming. Mohammed, Sasha, thanks a lot, Shahab, for all the questions. Please keep more coming, and I'll adding them all into our Q&A document I'll be sharing shortly.
Okay, so here I am. Where am I? Okay, let's do my local environment here. So let's have a look at one of my WordPress sites. So I have this WordPress site here. I have some Google folders. Oh no, I'm all alone. I don't have anyone to help me with my WordPress site. I wish someone would help me. Okay, so let's go.
Max, that was pretty good, by the way, I might add. That was actually beautiful.
Oh no!
I am a lonely blogger. Right, okay, but not for longer, because I have this person who really likes me called Max, who is not me.
What about me, Max? What?
Okay, let's add Deepak as well then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lemon.com. So I've added some collaborators here. Okay, so if I now log in as that other guy that I've just invited in here, I don't have any WordPress sites here, but I do have an alert up the top here. Let's have a look at my alert. Max Carroll has invited you to collaborate on their WordPress site here. So I'm going to accept this invitation. This is just basically asking me to accept.
You can only accept, nothing else. The only choice is to accept.
You know what? When I was developing this, I initially had a reject button, and I thought, why would you reject that? You just wouldn't accept it. So then I got rid of it. But yeah, we can evolve the process as we get feedback.
You have accept or like up yours, and they're like the two options. Can you imagine? It'd be brilliant. Max has accepted. Jacob has said F off.
Yeah. Okay.
So guys, sorry, go ahead, Max.
No, you go.
I just wanted to add that, so there's the collaboration feature, and for any of you who work on one site with multiple users, the simplest way to work is to have a collaborative Google Drive folder. Okay. So what's powerful about that is, Max, if you go over to the folder you've got of awesome articles.
Yeah, I believe
it's already there on your Chrome tab. I see it at the top there. So imagine now that you're in this Chrome tab, in this Google folder. All you need to do is get all of your writers to dump stuff into there. So if you have a ghostwriter, if you have Sarah, Mandy, Sam, and Sally, who actually just ghostwrite for Deepak or ghostwrite for Jacob, then you can just get them firing unicorns into the actual folder. And then all you need is potentially one admin, and then to work on one site across, to work with one site with all of your actual different users. So that's one way that you can use it. And we're going to expand also based upon the feature requests that we get, you know, different ways that people are interested in collaborating. But that's one smart way, as well as, of course, inviting different WordPigeon users to have your site as part of their actual admin. I completely fell apart there. There you go, guys. So hopefully that's everything.
Yeah, I don't see any other notes here. So I will just, for last time, I'll check if we have some more questions here. No, it doesn't look like it. So let me just share my screen. And
Brilliant. Do you want to stop sharing, Max?
Here, guys, the question you will see here are taken from the conversations we had in Facebook group. They are taken from Q&A section. So there should be pretty much answers to everything. But of course, if you have some specific use case, please let us know in the comment section right now, and we will answer it after this first Q&A part. So let me share my screen. Do you see my screen now?
Yeah, we do.
Perfect.
Yes.
So guys, as you already know, WordPigeon Lifetime Deal is live and it's available for $39 lifetime. There's another license as well. So guys, go to pitchground.com/products/WordPigeon and check it out. We actually create a new video with our new head of knowledge, Valerie, and it's amazing. You will love
They're
it.
so good,
And
those videos.
And also, we are doing this thing again. So we are creating all the tutorials for you, how to set up everything. So this will be available shortly as well on our website and on our YouTube channel. But now, without further ado, let's jump into the first question. So, who is WordPigeon for? I think we partly answered this in the first in the previous webinar about use cases. But can you quickly go through like the use cases? Who exactly is this tool for?
Yeah, sure. So guys, it's for anyone who currently blogs within Google Docs. If you're using Google Docs, this will save you time from the copy pasting process. You can just one click now import, and you don't need to worry about formatting. So no more copy pasting, no more formatting. So if you're a Google blogger, if you're a Word blogger, then also it can actually help you, of course, because it's that same principle. The second person it's for is if you are a agency owner. So I run an SEO agency. My challenge is that I need to work across multiple websites, and I've got 2 writers who work across maybe 20 websites. And therefore, what we do is we have WordPigeon installed across those sites. And what do you know? We've got one Google Drive folder that they can ultimately contribute content to, and then the rest of the team can push the content live, or the actual website owners. So if you're an agency owner and you're involved in content, it's also absolutely brilliant. The third person who it's for is also, you know, if you're a head of content within an agency or a company, and there's more than one person who's involved in the actual content writing process, then again, you're going to have a writer, a researcher, an editor, and then maybe a final check. That could be one person, it could be 4 people, which means that you're probably editing a lot of stuff in Google Docs. So that's where, again, WordPigeon becomes really powerful. And finally, to be honest with you, I'd say that WordPigeon is for anyone who produces a significant amount of content. By significant, you saw what the tool does. I think anything above 500 words in one blog, or if you're producing probably more than 3 or 4 blogs a month, a couple of thousand words, WordPigeon starts to become powerful. So it's got hopefully a lot of use cases, and hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on. Another question: how difficult is it to integrate WordPigeon to my WordPress site? We actually show it, but
yeah,
how long does it take usually?
guys, it would take like a minute, maybe less, like 1 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes if you get a bit stuck. Max and I are on the chat. Some of the other team are on the chat, but download the WordPress plugin, download the WordPigeon plugin from WordPress, install it onto your site. And if you've ever used a key to activate a plugin, it's literally the same thing. So 1 to 3 minutes.
All right.
And I'm in front of my computer for at least 9 hours a day. And if you hit that little button to talk to us, I will be there at my computer ready to answer, and I will guide you through. If you have trouble, I'll Skype screen share and I will help you through it. Not that it's that difficult, but I'm willing to do what it takes.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's the beauty of lifetime deals, because founders are here for you guys, and if you have questions, you can talk directly to founders, and they are here to help you and listen to your suggestions. So take advantage of that while you still can. Now, is your WordPress plugin safe for my website?
Absolutely not. Our intention is to steal 100% of your data. But seriously, I'll let Max answer this, because he's done an amazing job with the plugin safety.
Okay, so security is something that I'm constantly thinking about, and the entire process of the development of this app, literally everything that I developed, I was like, how can we do this safely? So it's very secure. So first of all, in order to connect your WordPress site to WordPigeon, you have to paste in that public key, and that's for security reasons. First of all, it lets us verify, okay, yes, the owner of that WordPress site is this person, because he's the only person with that public key. There would be no other way that they could get that public key other than when we give it to them. And that public key is partnered with a private key. So basically, when we send a post from WordPigeon to your WordPress site, first of all, where did it come from? It came from WordPigeon. And how can we ensure that? And it's with that private public key pair. It's signed with the private key, and it can only be verified with the correct public key. And that private key never leaves our server. There's no way for it to get off our server, so it's completely safe.
No. I think that I'm hopeful that that's answered that question. That's all, Max. I know how many layers of security that you put together. Does that answer the question, Jacob?
Yes, it does.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, if you've got a WordPress site and you've got an admin account on that WordPress site, and your username is admin and your password is password, you are going to get hacked. So I mean, we have done everything we can. You have to.
That's true. Our plugin is not safe if your admin is admin and your password is password. Then
yeah. So we recommend you do all the other usual steps in order to ensure security. So don't share your accounts with anybody. Set hard passwords. Change your passwords every so often. Don't use the same password for Facebook that you do for Gmail and WordPress. Follow all of that. We've done our bit, and it'll be perfectly safe.
Perfect. Another question. Where can I find the WordPress plugin?
It's in the WordPress repository, so you could search the WordPress plugin, the plugin library, and you'll find it within there. So you could just Google also WordPress plugin WordPigeon, and you'd find it directly there, and you can download it from the site.
Yeah, me and Deepak had a conversation about this yesterday, because we were debating whether we should make the plugin downloadable from our site. But the thing is, it is available in the repository, and there's actually more steps to download it. But I mean, it's something we can do, but it is available. You do require, it doesn't function at all without the
key.
Without the web application. You need to, it works via the web application. They're dependent on each other, so you can't just use the plugin on its own. You need to set up an account on wordpigeon.com, and it supplements it, if you see what I mean.
Right. Yeah. How does Pigeon work with Google Drive? Let me answer this one. So you basically connect Google Docs, right? And you will see all the files, all the docs files in WordPigeon as well, and you will just choose the article you want to work on, right?
Jacob answered it perfectly. You work directly within Google Drive to produce your content, and then that Google folder is already synced with WordPigeon, and then it will appear within WordPigeon, all of the documents within your folder, and then you can choose which ones you want to export.
Yes. Is there a limit for number of sites?
So with the PitchGround deal, there's two. Jacob, you probably might be best answering this. So with the, as you can tell, I need to double check because I don't remember
There are
the.
2 licenses available on PitchGround, and first one is for $39, and this license comes with I think there
Yeah,
are
I don't remember the numbers.
5 websites,
Yeah, perfect.
and then
Yeah.
there's well, maybe this description isn't correct here.
Yeah, there we go. A buyer will be able to use WordPigeon on 5 websites and will be able to execute 50 exports a month on any given website.
But I need to recall. Was there an unlimited one that you guys set up as well? That's why I wasn't sure.
Oh, hang on. I think you're right.
This might be a mistake on
Okay,
our end.
so let's go back to the question. It's fine. So I get what the question was it doesn't matter. So there's going to be a PitchGround deal where there's an unlimited number of sites. What we will say, the only thing I will say is that, of course, if you use it to set up 5,000 sites, we probably would have a challenge with that. But yeah, I think that there will, my understanding is, be a deal that is for an unlimited number of sites. But at the moment, there's 1 site and there's 5 sites, and then there's unlimited. And you can check the pricing plans anyway. We will support unlimited.
Perfect. All right. Another question: does WordPigeon support H1, H2, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, it supports. I mean, I haven't tried every HTML element under the sun, but yeah, it supports H1 down through to H7.
Yeah.
It supports bold. It supports italics. Basically, all the formatting that you have, options that you have available on Google Docs anyway, they're all supported.
It's a good way to think about it, guys. If it works in Google Docs, 95% of it should work in WordPigeon. Anything that doesn't, you'll tell us, we'll fix it.
All right. Another question: how does the table of contents work? Does it integrate too?
Yes, it does. We didn't demo that, but actually it does, because Melanie's already using it for table of contents. So that's one of the things that we really enjoy with our tool. Table of contents does work. We've tried it extensively enough. Maybe there'll be an error here or there, but again, we'll fix it. But currently, table of contents works. That's correct, isn't it, Max? Because I remember trying this a couple of times. It's not changed, is it?
As long as my understanding of what table of contents is, then yes.
Yeah.
So if I go to a Google Doc and I create a document and then I create the table of contents in Google Docs, that then imports over. As for, I've seen some plugins which auto generate you a table of contents. I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't tried it. I mean, I think the way those table of contents things work is off of H1 and H2 and H3 tags. So they should, in theory, work. But I mean, if you're having any problems with it, you can talk with me and I'll make it my priority to fix. And, you know, I mean, it should work, but if it doesn't, let us know and we'll fix it.
But to answer your question, yeah, brilliant. So right now it works within Google Docs. So yeah, it does import across. I've already tried that one then.
All right. Next question: is it good for affiliate marketers?
Yeah, I didn't actually answer that, did I? So yeah, I think it is. You know, if you're listening and you're an affiliate, then I mean, so if you're an affiliate who builds WordPress sites and you have reviews or content that contains affiliate links, then it makes a lot of sense. So then in that instance, it's really good for affiliate marketers, because you effectively, when you're an affiliate, you have a high frequency publishing rate. So it probably means you're publishing a couple of pieces of content at least a month, or probably more, especially if you start owning 50 sites with 10 posts a month. That's suddenly 500 posts a month. So in those instances, the tool becomes really powerful. So, you know, I do think it's good for affiliate marketers.
Thank you. Next question: can I use it for pages too, or only posts?
Both. They can use it for both.
All right, but it might be a little bit different based on the template, right?
Yeah. So I mean, my recommendation, if I'm being honest, is that I mean, our intention was to use it predominantly with posts, but some people did request pages. So I would probably say it's like less robust, because there's a lot more thematic involvement with blog sections of themes in general. there's a lot more standardization, if you will. Whereas with, of course, the actual main site pages, there's a lot more differences. It can work, it does work, but there might be one or two challenges. But yeah, I mean, effectively, we'd fix those challenges. But it does work for both at the moment.
Perfect. How can I use it as a marketing agency?
Okay, so that's a great question because I run a marketing agency. So I'll tell you a couple of things. So number one, you can use it to actually install on your client sites as part of your service. You don't even maybe need to tell them because, or you can tell them, but it's a good way to get content published across to your client sites. So that's one effective way. So you can effectively have one admin who sits across, for example, 10 different websites, and they'd have 10 different folders, and then your content writers can contribute to the 10 different folders, and you can publish stuff live effectively, all from one WordPigeon account. So that's a great way from a marketing agency perspective. If there's requests for people to want to use it in a white label fashion, whereby they want to maybe resell it, depending upon the requests we get, then potentially that's something that we could explore. If you're like, you know what, I want to resell this as an upsell, then depending upon the request we get, that's definitely something that, you know, we could look at exploring, and that you could resell it. So number one, installing on client sites. Number two, potentially white label. And then number three, you can also, well, actually, I think they're the two main uses, installing on client sites. Yeah.
Thank you, Deepak. Moving on, does it work with Microsoft Word?
Copying and pasting from Microsoft Word. Max, I've not really tried. Yeah.
So if you had a mic, there's a couple of ways to, I can see how this can. So basically, if you had a Microsoft Word document in your Google Docs, in your Google Drive, it wouldn't get picked up. But what you could do is, I think there's some functionality within Google Drive to convert them over to Google Docs.
I think in this instance, Max, I reckon this person is just talking about writing locally in Microsoft Word and then well, it wouldn't. Well, you know what? So it wouldn't, because there's no import functionality with Microsoft Word that we have with our tool.
We have got on our roadmap to investigate how it would work with Microsoft Word, but we'll see how many people ask for it, because we haven't had that many number of people ask for it. But I mean, it's on our roadmap, and if it gets voted up a lot, shall I share with them the roadmap link, and then if they want, they can vote it up, and or later. Yeah, maybe let's do it later.
Yeah, let's do it later.
Yeah.
Any other platforms, I believe, other than WordPress support it?
So we want to build that out. So part of the roadmap is to solve this same problem on different CMSs. We've tried Shopify, Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, and Moonfruit. All of them have similar issues. So again, Max has put it onto our roadmap. So if you've got a particular platform in mind that you'd really love to see it on, Shopify is probably an obvious one, then it is in our roadmap to start supporting other actual platforms.
Perfect. Does WordPigeon support a video?
Hello. Okay. Right. So basically, not that it's not currently possible to embed a YouTube video into Google Docs. Actually, that's a lie, because there is a workaround. It's quite complicated, but it is actually possible. I haven't tested it.
But no, I guess effectively, because Google Docs doesn't support it in a way that's straightforward, then we don't support it. We're really reliant upon the way that Google Docs handles formatting. So should Google Docs change the way that they display video, then we would work to find a fix. Only to interrupt, the workaround that Max was demonstrating, most of you guys aren't going to bloody use it to show a video within WordPress, within Google Docs. So currently we do not, but only because Google Docs doesn't. If that changes, then we change it. That's about right, isn't it, Max?
Yeah. I mean, ways around it, I thought, is we could allow people to embed things, like maybe if we have some kind of markup that says beginning of markup, okay, and then you can paste in your YouTube embedded link, or there's other things you can embed. So we could perhaps provide some kind of facility for people to embed things. Yeah, that's on our roadmap.
That's a good idea. I like that.
All right. Is the plugin required? I don't want to slow down my site.
Yeah, so the plugin is required. It shouldn't slow down your site at all. All the plugin does is it creates a endpoint on your server that allows WordPigeon to be able to send information to it, and allows the communication between your WordPress site and WordPigeon. So it shouldn't slow your site down.
The good way to think about this, guys, is if you think about, you noticed on our site we use Drift as a chatbot, or you've got Intercom, or you've got, we're not continuously sending data from one server to another. It's a fixed point, so it won't slow down your site, because once the import's done, our tool effectively becomes inactive because you're not using it. So you don't need to worry about it slowing down your site. It doesn't function in the same way that a lot of other tools do.
Great. It's the same.
Keep going.
Yeah. Something went wrong. Unexpected token. Using JSON position 0. Cannot sign up.
Guys, thank you. We will have things that happen after we finish with the wonderful Jacob and PitchGround. Then we'll be checking in on the messages to make sure that we can support you. So we'll work to and Ellen, Sam, Alex, if any of you are watching, please do respond on the chat. But Max is our technical point of contact. So to be honest with you, as it stands, we would rely on Max to solve an issue like that, and we'll be with you after the webinar.
Yeah, and if you do get an issue like that, talk to me in the chat, and if you want, you could give me your Skype and we can have a screen share. I can try and guide you through it, and I can try and get a better understanding of what the problem is, and then hopefully fix it for you.
Perfect. Can the export interface support custom taxonomy? This is the question we are answering, but promise that we'll answer it again here. You can create custom taxonomies, books, etc. that works like tags.
Yes.
Yeah. So the person who asked this question sent a link to explain what the custom taxonomy is. To be honest with you, I'm going to have to read it and gain an understanding as to what this actually is.
Right.
But I've got it there. I will investigate. If that person wants to leave their email address with me, I can get back to them tomorrow, maybe.
So Max, I think it's about the ability to independently move a subcategory into a different category. So for example, under books, if you had Oliver Twist, then you could also have Oliver Twist in authors as well as books, and being able to move a subcategory independently, thus creating something that's custom. But I think my assumption is that right now we don't support it, but again, what you got perfect. Phil Wilson at Ninjology. Thanks, Phil, for the question.
Can you please copy the email address?
Yeah. Let me copy that. And
I don't want to show it here.
No. Perfect. I've got it. So Phil, thank you for the question, mate. Max and I'll have a look, and we'll see if we can support that with a quick fix.
Okay, I'll probably have a conversation with you if that's okay as well, just to kind of analyze further what we can do with that once I've read about it and I know what it is.
Cheers, Phil. He said thanks, Max.
Perfect.
No problem.
He's stealing my bro. I'm not happy, Phil. You're gonna have words.
Does this work if using Oxygen Builder?
I have tried it with Oxygen Builder. Apparently it is possible. I had real trouble with it, to be honest with you, because I think when you're using the Oxygen Builder, it doesn't just if you just create a post without the Oxygen Builder and then you try editing it with the Oxygen Builder, you don't see any of the posts. You have to set up a template. Apparently someone told me it is possible, but I had troubles with it. And to be honest,
Oxygen Builder guy, could you also leave maybe your email for Jacob, and then we can maybe have a chat separately so we can see if we can find a workaround or not, or you know, if you don't want to do that, then just direct message Max or I, or start ranting at us on the website chat, and at least we'll have your details, and then we can try and see if we can fix it.
Can I say one thing before we move on? There is a free trial. So the free trial lets you set up one site and send 5 exports. So give it a go, see if it works, and then you'll know, and you can let us know. I've had a go. I couldn't get it working, but someone's led me to believe it's possible. It's just like I'll need to spend some time to look and investigate it.
Great. Right to left languages.
Ah, I know exactly who's asked this question. I think it's Deeb, because I've been watching his comments on Facebook. It's actually, of all the things on our roadmap, it's one of the first things we're going to look at. So yeah, I've had a look at the way that Google Docs treats right to left languages, and it seems that if you've just, Pam, can I share my screen?
Yes, I will add all the questions which have been
Yeah,
asked.
you've probably got about 53 more. Feel free to dump them also to us in the chat as well, Jacob, in the
right, yeah.
in the private chat, so then I can run through. I know that some of you guys might be waiting for one specific answer, so I'm quite keen on storming through a lot of the questions that you've asked, and then
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So Deeb, I've actually taken this content from your website to try and get some real Arabic content. So one thing you'll notice is, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I, how do I, there's a way to download this, isn't there? Download as a web page zip. So once I download this, sorry about that. Okay, so if I just extract this somewhere, extract here. Sorry, I'm getting to the point very soon. I just want to show you how it looks. So if you notice what happens here, let's just get them side by side so you can see. Right, so if we can have a look at what's happened here, Google itself has kind of messed up the right to left stuff. So this has to do with the alignment, and I've noticed that the reason for this is, and sorry, no one wants to see technical stuff here, but the reason for that here is this alignment, I believe. It was something to do with text align left. Yeah, so I know I've done some investigation in how I can manipulate the HTML that Google's giving me to make it better, but I will need to have a chat with people who use right to left languages, do further analysis, but I've got some ideas on how I can fix this problem. But I'm going to probably chat with you, Deeb, and see how we can solve this. But as you can see, I've got some ideas on what we can do to fix it, to get it working nicely for you. And it's on our roadmap, trust me.
Perfect. Brilliant. Yeah,
So
no, this is a really good question.
So if I can share my screen again, we don't
Yeah.
have many other questions now. Yeah, let me share my screen.
Trying to check PitchGround on my phone also. Oh, there we go.
How does HTML tag works with copying text?
Oh, I've got no idea. The truth is, I'm going to have to defer to Max. Max, you know, mate. If you don't know, it's okay. We can just say that and be honest and say we're going to have to research and come back to you in the next couple of days.
From a technical point of view, I'm trying to understand what this means. Let me just try and think. How does HTML tags work with copying text? Let me try. I'm going to try and guess what it means. If I'm wrong, let me know. But what I think you mean is, okay, so I've copied something off a website onto my clipboard. How does that
The thing is that you wouldn't display that necessarily in a Google Doc, to be honest with you. because it's in the, you know, it's in the actual markup language itself. So I think that the answer is here, guys, that's an actual WordPress function that you need to look at. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think that that's some. I mean, you can't do that in a Google Doc, like, you know, edit HTML tags at all. So the truth is that that's a good question, because you're thinking about it from an SEO standpoint, which I love, because you saw the authors, you saw the categories, you saw the tags, you're probably thinking about it. But the truth is that you can't do anything with HTML tags within WordPigeon now, because you can't do it within Google Docs. Maybe we'll change it down the line. If you're still watching this, the person who's asked this, then again, please leave it on our Drift chat, or please just send, you know, your email with the question, and Max and I can investigate a little bit more if it's a possible. But right now, Google Docs it's not something you can do in Google Docs. So maybe in the future, but not right now.
All right, next question. Did it work with custom Elementor post page template?
I've tried it in Elementor and it works. So basically I've tried the awesome articles that we looked at earlier, like the testing styles one and the one with images. I've tried exporting those into WordPress, and you can edit them with Elementor afterwards. And also our content writer has told us that she's used it and it works with Elementor. I mean, I'm probably not the best person to say, to be honest with you, because I don't really use Elementor. I just used it for a minute just to check that it worked, and it all seems...
It does. Melanie, the lady who I've so Max knows Melanie. Melanie's the lady that, you know, is our head of content at Pearl Lemon on the SEO side. So she's actually been our go-to point, because she's often working across different WordPress sites and themes. So she's confirmed Elementor works. So it does work. If you, of course, discover a bug, then just tell us, you know, and we can try and fix it.
Cool. Next question. What's the difference in the two plans? Guys, there was a mistake, but we already fixed it on our website. Behind the scenes, I informed the team and they fixed it. I hope
rock star. That's brilliant.
I hope that it's not cached in, but then I would just hard refresh. So let me check.
It's amazing how you can easily fall victim to copy and paste, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Gets the best of us.
Yes. So $39 plan. Easy Google Docs to WordPress migration, but these are the things which are different. So 5 websites on this plan and 50 exports per month on any given website inside their plan. And the $79 license is unlimited WordPress websites, so there's no limit, and 50 exports per month on any given website inside the plan. So this is the biggest difference. 79 is unlimited, and 39 is limited by 5. So there's the difference.
There you go, guys. That is the 2 plans.
What is this webinar about? That's a great question. So we are talking about WordPigeon, a new lifetime deal available on PitchGround. And if you joined just now, there will be a replay available on YouTube, on Facebook, and pretty much everywhere. So if you missed something, please watch the replay. It's quite filled with amazing value. And that's it.
Whoa.
Last question.
Okay, milestone. Who's still with us? I'd like
guys,
through the
still here. If you have still some questions, please let us know in the chat. I see quite a lot of people are still watching. So please let us know in this chat if you have maybe some questions, if you're not sure about if WordPigeon is for your use case, and we will answer. So tell us how you want to use WordPigeon, and we can discuss about that. Yannick is saying you still have it wrong. It says unlimited export down for the 79 plan in the document. Let me check. Maybe we really have it wrong. Yeah, it's a slightly different there. Thanks for noticing this, Yannick. I'm letting you know again. Our Aishwarya, who's writing the content, or our team. It's already very late there, so maybe they did some mistakes. But guys, let us know in the chat if you have some questions. And meanwhile, is there anything else about the launch you want to say, guys? If you want to, I mean, back Max, if you want to say something about the launch to our audience who are still watching, to
Yeah,
inspire them.
guys.
Can I talk about the roadmap?
Mm.
Can I talk about
You can talk about the roadmap, and we have another question here. But meanwhile, please, yes, let's talk about the roadmap.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Yes, sure.
Okay, can you see it?
I quite liked what Jacob just did actually. So you zoom in on some bits. I wish I bloody zoomed in now, but that was pretty cool.
Yes, we can see it, Max.
Okay, yeah, so if you can see, basically how I've got it arranged is what we want to achieve in the next few months, and then the next 6 months, and then, you know, it goes on longer term, etc. I've got language requests separately because we're going to translate it into basically whoever screams the loudest, we're going to translate it into that first. So if you'd like it translated into your language, click the plus button here, or let us know if your language isn't there. We just went for the top 10 spoken languages in the world there. Just let us know and we will implement it. The top of our roadmap is right to left language support. I did initially want to get that done before the launch, but I just thought it was a bit risky to introduce something big like that before the launch, and thought maybe I should do it afterwards and we should thoroughly test it so we can incorporate it in at a later date. But that is top of the roadmap. We've got featured image. We want to give you the ability to add a featured image to your post. Export history. So basically you'll be able to see which exports you've exported before, what version, the version that I exported, is it old, is it the latest one? Hopefully we'll provide you with that kind of information somehow. And then we have the various integrations that we want to support. So we were thinking about supporting Shopify, Blogger, Evernote, Medium. If we get a lot of noise that, oh, we want this integration, we'll go for that. But yeah, this is our plan for the moment, and we want our community to be a part of that plan, and we want you to vote, we want you to comment on this and let us know, and you can potentially shape the way that this product evolves.
Impressive, I love it. So will you be sharing the link somewhere to this?
Yeah.
Do you want to slap it into the thing so that Jacob's got a copy of it? Just put it into the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stop.
I will copy it into the Q&A part.
I'm going to stop.
People are joining. Quite a lot of people are watching right now. So guys, we're talking about WordPigeon. If you have any questions, let us know.
Perfect.
We have more questions coming, which is great.
Perfect.
We have around last 5 minutes for this webinar. So guys, please let us know in the chat, and let me share my screen quickly now.
Are these questions coming in onto the Facebook? Are they? I could check the Facebook.
Yes, we have multiple watch parties playing. So
yeah, sure. So yeah, guys, I think that, you know, one of the things that Max and I are exploring, so whoever's asked this question is clearly an agency owner. Yeah, we're looking at the white label option in terms of you being able to resell it or to brand it as an internal tool that you can position, which is probably what you want to do. So it's definitely something that we want to look at on the roadmap. A lot of it will depend upon the requests, and Max and I will have a discussion about this. So I think that
we've already fixed this. So yes, Yannick, you were right. This is actually correct. So $79, it's unlimited exports and unlimited websites. And the difference between 39 is that you get 550 exports and 5 websites.
So the answer to the white label option is that, you know, I think that it's something that will end up being part of the roadmap. We will confirm that within 24 hours once Max and I have had a chat about it. But of course, I would love to know if there's like a couple of people who said we want the agency option, white labeling, then brilliant. I think that that's something we'll definitely consider.
And if you want to give us $1 million for that, I think that would really help. It will happen very quickly if you give us $1 million.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of things will happen very quickly. Perhaps I missed it, but how does the title tag and metadata get exported?
We can launch a lifetime deal with this price point.
For $1 million, and I will come to your house and I will help you use it.
I will help you do a lot of things. Perhaps I missed it, but how does the title?
Let's move on. Perhaps I missed it, but how does the title tag and meta tag gets exported in case of direct publishing?
Yeah, so it's the same thing as before. You can't add those elements within Google Docs. Now, depending upon you SEO guys, we are looking and considering maybe adding some elements of that into the roadmap so that you could do it within WordPigeon. So that's right now, it doesn't, because you can't add a title tag and metadata into, of course, into a Google Doc. Well, you can, but then what happens is that you need to put it into your Yoast plugin or put it into the actual individual post within itself. So we don't currently have a functionality that does that. We may well do, but we need to build it separately to the actual Google Doc integration itself.
Yeah, because I think the metadata, it has to go into the head tag, doesn't it, in the HTML, and how posts work, they're not in the head at all. So we can invest. Yeah, as Deepak says, we can investigate that.
Perfect.
This is the SEO people that are thinking about it. It's a good question. I'd ask the same question.
When is Shopify integration coming out?
Do you want to share the roadmap quickly? I think it's when is it, Max, on the roadmap? It's fine.
I have it in 3 to 6 months, but I mean that could very quickly change if we have 20 people that all want it and they all want to give me $1 million.
Look, guys, look, what was I going to say to you? We're definitely doing plugins for other CMSs. We will probably end up doing all of them. The order will be determined by how many people want, a particular plugin. I do think probably I'm going to have a conversation with Max that Shopify is the next biggest CMS that, maybe a lot of you e-commerce guys or with e-commerce clients are using. So it's 3 to 6 months, but it could end up being 3 months or even 2. But it is coming out in 2020, put it that way, and probably before August.
If I have a look at my development schedule that I've got here, I've provisionally got it in to start work on it on the 9th of March. So that's when I think I'm going to have time to start looking at these integrations and things. So I'll probably start work on it around 9th of March-ish.
Perfect. Hopefully that answers that question, Jacob.
Yep, that's Max, Deepak, you're answering only to panelists in Zoom. You need to answer to Phil directly.
Oh, sorry. So this was just the white label guy. He was asking.
Yes. And you sent it only to panelists, so he didn't see it.
Anyway. Oh, oops. So white label guy, please do leave your details to all Palisand attendees. I see what you did there. I see what you mean. Ignore me, guys. Jacob just corrected something for me. I was being an idiot. We've shown examples of formatting. For any of you who've just missed it, look, buy it because we actually have the formatting that comes across completely. Like it works. If you want to compare copy paste from a Google Doc into WordPress, just compare it with the free trial of our plugin. It should take you less than 5 minutes, maximum, probably less than 5 minutes, to be honest with you, and you can compare. But we have shown examples, and thank God it all worked well.
And I think that's it. Let me quickly check if we have more questions. We have a comment from Twitch which says idiots. So yeah, thanks a lot for this beautiful comment. I mean, Twitch community is Twitch community.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Twitchers. I don't know if that's the correct one.
Twitchers?
Oh, cool. Was it Jesse? Oh, Jesse was asking about white label. Oh, hey, Jesse. What's up, dude? I didn't realize it was you. Oh, it's Jesse. Oh, man. For you, brother, anything. Max, Jesse, and I, we do a lot of business together for Pearl Lemon. He's amazing content. He's got his own content team, and they're brilliant. So I understand now why he's asked that question. So, yeah, Jesse, look, can you do a whip round of the other agency owners and if there's a bunch of them that want this white label, then that could be a really interesting route that Max and I could take. And I've already thought about it, being an agency owner myself, so it's probably going to end up being a yes. But what we need to do is talk to Jacob and PitchGround about what would the plan look like, and talk to Max also about the development pipeline. Max is probably shitting himself now because I've just given him like all of this work live on air. But Max and I will discuss it, Jesse.
Guys, let us know in the chat if you are interested in white label version. Just write, I don't know, W into chat, and so we have at least a little feedback from you on this feature. That'd be amazing. Meanwhile, please, guys, it's a pitchground.com/products/wordpigeon. And the basic license starts on $39 lifetime. And now lifetime means that you don't have to pay monthly or annually. You will pay once, and that's it. WordPigeon is yours. And there are 2 licenses available. As I said, $39, which comes with 5 websites and 50 exports per month. And then there's a higher plan for $79 with unlimited WordPress websites and unlimited exports per month. So you can choose between these 2 plans. And if there will be more people who are requesting white label, that's an opportunity. I mean, that's an option we might add in the future as well. So, guys, I don't see any other questions. Let me quickly go through it again. I will stop sharing my screen so I'm not jumping to the tabs. Meanwhile, Deepak, Max, is there anything you would like to say to people before we wrap this long webinar?
I've been beautiful. Max has also been beautiful. The audience, you've been now. I just want to say thank you, really, to Max live on air as well. I know that he's had to handle a lot of the technical challenges and stuff, and we just really hope that you like WordPigeon. I guess it's a simple problem that affects actually a lot of people. If you use WordPress, or if you're exposed to WordPress through work, then I genuinely believe that WordPigeon will solve your problem. It solves the problems of Melanie, the head of content at Pearl Lemon. She works across 20 sites, saves her about 10 to 15 hours a month, she says, because that's what we set out to solve. So yes, that's everything from myself.
All right, guys, I don't see any other questions. So thanks a lot. This has been amazing. This webinar, guys, will be available on our website. It will be available on YouTube. It will be on Facebook, pretty much everywhere. So please, if you missed, just check the replay. Let us know in the comments if you have some questions, or reach out directly to Deepak or Max if you have some more specific questions, and they will get back to you. So guys, thanks a lot for joining. Make sure that you will go to pitchground.com/products/WordPigeon, and you will check if WordPigeon is for you. So till next time, thanks a lot.
See you guys.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.